Hi there, and welcome to Maths Rounding Numbers. So rounding to the nearest 10 means the following. So 38 rounds up to 40. The reason 38 rounds up to 40 is because the number that's exactly between 30 and 40 is 35. So because 38 is slightly more than 35 and is closer to 40, we will round 38 up to 40. So this is, mind you, rounding to the nearest 10. So 214 rounds down to 210. So 214, is it closer to 210 or 220? And in this case, we're going to round down the 4, which is the number at the end, to 0 to make it close to 210. So if it is 5 or more, round up to the next tens. If it is less than 5, the tens digit stays the same. Let's have a look at the next example that we have, rounding to the nearest 100. So here, if it is 5 or more, round up to the next hundreds. If it is less than 5, the hundreds digit stays the same. So for example, in this case, 653, is it closer to 600 or is it closer to 700? So we know the number that's exactly halfway between 600 and 700 is 650. So 653, which is slightly more than 650, will round up to 700. Now let's round 439 to the nearest 100. So is this number going to be closer to 400 or 500? So the number that's right in between 400 and 500 is 450. So 439 is less than 450. So in this case, 439 will be rounded down to 400. Let's have a look at our first example. Let's give you some examples here to work on, okay? So let's go for, let's say, for example, let's go for this particular option here. So this is a waterfall and it's called Tugela and it's in South Africa. And the total drop of this particular waterfall is 947 meters. Now let's round this to the nearest 10 and let's round this to the nearest 100 meters. So 947, is it going to be closer to 940 or 950? So the number that comes halfway is 945. So let's round this to the nearest 10. So we can see that 947 is actually more than 945. So in this case, it will be rounded to 950 meters. Okay, this is to the nearest 10 meter. Let's round the same number, 947, to the nearest 100. So is this number, Tugela, South Africa, 947 meters waterfall, is it closer to 900 or is it closer to 1,000 meters? Now remember, the numbers in between 900 and 1,000, the number in the middle will be 950 meters. So in this case, we know that 947 is less than 950, and it's going to be closer to 900 meters. So our two answers there are 950 meters to the nearest 10 meter and 900 meters to the nearest 100 meter. So in this case, you use exactly the same techniques, round your answers to the nearest 10 and nearest 100 for the rest of the questions as well. And we'll follow up like we always do in class, whereby we'll go through all the questions together one by one. Good luck with this.